was a non-resident. Understand being a non-resident. It was a different time. So we got more boom than everyone else.
It was around how much at the time?
I have no. It was serious money. I do remember. Anyway, but university actually I was the youngest, if not the second youngest in the entire campus. But I had a lot of, when I came in I had changed and I was doing arts, BA Arts, I'm a Bachelor of Arts, Economics, Government, and Mathematics. My expectations were high, but it was kind of a difficult period because within a month we rioted and the place was closed. And that seemed to be the sort of what characterized my time at the university. That used to be the cycle. We come in, the semester would last maybe one semester, the second semester there would be something, so frequent closure. Now of course we had various names then. You had people like Ngugi wa Thiong'o was there, then he left the place, escaped from Kenya as a dissident, went, Tanzania, and then eventually US and whatever other places. So we had all these politically charged people. I remember my professors in government. Nyang Nyong was my professor. It's great. It was great. I remember him talking to us about politics, Plato. And the worst of it all was we went on strike maybe, I guess it was in my third year. So that may have been 81. The only time the university students were asked to go home and report to their local chiefs. That was a turning point in many ways of our, well, let's just say, a new law with regard to your own self-esteem as a university student. Now, can you imagine going to your shags and going to the local chief twice a week, like a criminal on parole, who has yet to be on parole or maybe on parole, and reporting and of course the chiefs were not about to be undone. I think they wanted to show they had power. So you come and say, okay, look, there are slashers there. Why don't you spend time cleaning up my chief's camp? Or, other things. The usual abuse, harassment. We had to go through that. And then, of course, August 2nd, 1982, which is a day of infamy in many ways. That was the aborted coup. And, the university students were brought into it in various ways. I have to be truly honest. All of us lived in a privileged setting. All of us, each one of us. Maybe we don't know it or we don't acknowledge it. There's one problem of trying to be, if you thought that you're going through a hard time. Yes. The others, if you look, you'll see that actually you're blessed in many ways. And the others that are going perhaps through a harder time, and you need to find meaning in your hardship, whatever it is, right? So I'm just pushing back on the term privileged setting because most of us actually are privileged. All of us are privileged, and the question is, do you accept it or do you know it? And do you realize what a blessing you have? Anyway, but I think in terms of what you may be thinking is, did I ever miss a meal? Actually not. I think, all my life I've always had, I want to say we've never lacked food, we've never had basic, my parents were professionals, but my dad was in the government, the education system. My mom was a primary school headmistress. So in a sense we never Yes, if you think of a privileged life, if that's what you think, or if that's what you're labeling a privileged life, yes, we did. Frankly, the idea of, sure, I know in our house we eventually did have a TV. Today and now every single person has a TV. But then, it wasn't the thing, right? Now TV was to be okay. And it would open at what?
5 p.m.?
5 p.m. with Maombi and all those other things. And then at 11, it's out. You see, my view about faith and things like that is that you cannot separate me and sort of say, this is me, and this portion is faith, this portion is academics, this portion is friends. It doesn't work that way. It's one unit. One unit. In the same way, I would say that I like certain, like I told you, I like reading. And I'm unapologetic about it. And when I like a particular book, I'm completely unapologetic about it, whether anyone else cares about it or not. So, in that sense, I'm one unit. And yes, faith has been a significant element in my life. There's no denying it. And it has helped me in many ways. Faith, in a sense, gives us a light to shine in areas that otherwise would remain dark. Faith is extremely important, and that's one of the issues with all of us, human beings. We need to go back to a sense of faith, because there are three areas, frankly, that you need to get to. One is our intellect, second is our will, and third, you could say our what? Our mind, our heart, and then sort of our technical understanding of things. And it's important to have faith in order to bring our heart into it, right? But on the other hand, one of the things that has been very clear in my life is that I've always been encouraged to be the best professional. So right from the beginning, we were taught to be the best. Work hard. Work hard. And the best did not mean necessarily the best in class. It just so happened that, maybe we were in the class or whatever. But I think the point here was, to really push ourselves to do things well. That's to me something that is important. So when I do things, why should the memo not be written correctly? Why all these typos? Why is the formatting wrong?